Our male lead, Takumi, inadvertently became entangled in a teleportation incident, tragically leading to the death of a young man who opened his eyes. Finding himself in spirit form, Takumi encountered the goddess Nalan. The goddess explained that the deceased young man had been summoned to this world through a forbidden spell cast by individuals within this realm. She, as goddess Nalan, is responsible for governing the other world and deeply regretted this unfortunate event. Nalan acknowledged that while the summoning spell was intended to draw individuals from another world, it could occasionally and unintentionally ensnare those not specifically targeted, like Takumi. This, she explained, was an unintended consequence, a bug, within the spell's function. The staff used to cast this spell was inherently dangerous and strictly prohibited, yet these individuals deceitfully employed it for their own malevolent purposes. Recalling the anger and despair of the young man's family, Takumi understood the gravity of the situation. Nalan, upon discovering the incident, had attempted to intervene but was ultimately unsuccessful, resulting in the tragic outcome. To atone for this unfortunate event, Nalan offered Takumi the chance to begin a new life in this world. While other summoned individuals had found refuge within the Sidonia Empire, Takumi, due to the nature of the incident, was unable to return to his original world. Accepting his fate, Takumi prepared to embrace this new life, understanding that it would be filled with blessings and opportunities. He recognized that this world, with its fantastical elements reminiscent of games and anime, would require a degree of strength to thrive. Nalan granted him the Super Youth Champion ability, ensuring he would maintain his youthful vigor and adapt to this new reality. Recognizing that he would need to choose his own path, Takumi was presented with a selection of skills. Nalan offered suggestions, including those of a swordsman and mage, but Takumi, disinclined towards combat, opted for alternative skills. Nalan graciously provided options such as alchemist, blacksmith, carpenter, and potion maker, all infused with magical abilities to facilitate his survival. The initial infusion of these powers proved overwhelming, causing him considerable pain as he was transported to the continent of Aska to commence his new life. Though initially frustrated by the lack of detailed explanations, Takumi understood that Nalan had likely spared him further distress, considering the traumatic experience he had just endured. Finding solace in a nearby body of water, Takumi discovered that he had been reincarnated into a remarkably handsome form, providing a measure of comfort in this unfamiliar world. Nalan had thoughtfully prepared for his arrival, providing him with essential supplies such as food, water, and other necessities. Reviewing his status board, Takumi marveled at the myriad of skills bestowed upon him by the goddess. Notably, his magical abilities encompassed 4 primary elemental attributes: fire, water, wind, and earth. With a renewed sense of purpose, Takumi resolved to embrace this new life and forge a brighter future in this extraordinary world. The starting professions will be alchemist and blacksmith, with the addition of time-space magic. Despite receiving the goddess's blessing, Takumi was concerned that these powerful abilities might attract unwanted attention. Therefore, Nalan subtly concealed a few lines from his status board. To test the extent of his magical abilities, Takumi began with basic water magic. Intrigued by the results, he experimented with wind and earth magic, finding them equally fascinating. This confirmed that he had indeed been transported to a world of fantasy. Lost and unsure of his surroundings, Takumi's immediate goal was to find a village. While exploring, he discovered a unique tree branch. Using his appraise skill, he learned that it was a high-quality material dropped by a creature known as a chans, making it ideal for crafting simple weapons for self-defense. He also noticed various herbs and, with the aid of his appraise skill, easily identified their medicinal properties. Collecting a diverse assortment of plants, he stored them in his inventory for future use. Grateful for the multitude of skills bestowed upon him by the goddess, Takumi continued his journey. Suddenly, he heard a desperate cry for help. A young girl, terrified of a monstrous, cow-sized rabbit, sought refuge behind Takumi. The girl explained that these rabbits were not herbivores but predators. Quickly reacting, Takumi used his stick to defend himself. Observing the rabbit charge, he calmly struck it in the middle of its head, causing it to collapse. Using his appraise skill, he learned that the rabbit's horn possessed medicinal properties. To his surprise, receiving this unexpected victory granted him a new profession, warrior. He had anticipated a more gradual progression, but was pleasantly surprised. The girl, grateful for his assistance, revealed that she lived in a nearby village called Bo. Having ventured deep into the forest, Takumi eagerly accepted her invitation to accompany her. As they traveled, the girl excitedly informed her brother about the slain rabbit, emphasizing the deliciousness of its meat. Impressed by her resourcefulness, Takumi praised her brother's hunting skills. He discreetly stored the rabbit in his inventory, utilizing the compact storage space provided by his skills. Upon reaching the village, Takumi introduced himself. He learned that the girl was named Molly, and her family were hunters. Bunga, his wife Madha, and his uncle Baban, a blacksmith. The scene then shifted to the Sidonia Empire, where 3 individuals summoned to this world were still grappling with their sudden and unexpected arrival. A figure appeared, addressing them as heroes and expressing gratitude for their response to her summons. They discovered that they had been transported to another world, a reality far removed from their own. Their primary objective, they were told, was to save this new world. Overwhelmed by this sudden responsibility, they sought strength and guidance. With the other party's permission, Takumi provided a detailed account of his own experiences. The figure, revealed to be Queen Elizabeth of the Sidonia Empire, possessed an aura of immediate beauty. 2 of the summoned individuals expressed sympathy for his plight, while the third, On, displayed a cautious demeanor. Suddenly, Nalan's blessing activated, granting On the ability to detect deceit. This allowed him to recognize the potential danger posed by Queen Elizabeth and to prioritize his own judgment. Returning to Takumi's narrative, as evening approached, he arrived at Molly's family's home. Grateful for his assistance, they offered him lodging within the village. Bo Village was renowned for its abundant natural resources, boasting plentiful ore and herbs. Many villagers engaged in related professions, making it a veritable crafting paradise. While grateful for their hospitality, Takumi was disappointed to learn that the village lacked an inn. To repay the family for their hospitality, the villagers offered Takumi a plot of land to build a home. Eager to contribute, he used earth magic to create the foundation, though the exertion left him feeling drained. Uncle Baban, impressed by Takumi's magical abilities, offered his assistance. The villagers, while curious, respected his privacy and focused on completing the house. Within a few days, a small but comfortable dwelling was constructed. Focusing on his skills, Takumi noticed that his warrior and mage levels had reached level 3. However, he preferred skills more relevant to the village's needs. He decided to further develop his alchemist and blacksmith skills, utilizing the abundant local resources. His primary goal was to refine magic ore, a material capable of conducting and amplifying magical energy. He envisioned transforming it into versatile blocks for various applications. Traditional methods required large kills, but Takumi, leveraging his alchemist abilities, found a way to refine the ore without such equipment. The process was mana-intensive, but his excitement fueled his efforts. During one of his experiments, Molly's sister visited and was alarmed by his exhaustion. Molly informed her mother, who scolded Takumi for overexerting himself. To aid his recovery, Uncle Bunga provided him with a potion. Under the watchful eyes of Molly and her mother, Takumi successfully refined not only iron but also gold and other precious metals. Using these materials, he began crafting innovative tools and utensils, such as double-clawed pots and pans. His alchemist skills flourished, and he felt increasingly comfortable in his new environment. He began assisting Uncle Baban in his forge, utilizing his magic to manipulate temperatures and improve the quality of the weapons. This newfound efficiency delighted Uncle Baban, who had never before forged such exceptional weapons. Takumi's blacksmithing skill reached level 40, but he encountered difficulties with his alchemy. Seeking a new challenge, he turned his attention to medicine, requesting herbs and a few bottles of gas from Uncle Baban. Intrigued by the possibility of creating his own potions, Takumi experimented with various herbs. While his initial attempts produced a weaker potion than the standard version, he was eager to explore the potential of different herbs. His experimentation, however, proved to be quite dangerous. He nearly succumbed to the effects of his own concoctions several times, but his purification and recovery skills saved him from certain death. Despite these setbacks, he persisted, eventually mastering poison resistance. While recovering from one such incident, a monstrous boar appeared. Takumi, wielding a spear, was easily overpowered. He attempted to use wind magic, but it proved ineffective. He noticed another, smaller monster fleeing from the boar and realized he could exploit this situation. Risking his life, he allowed the boar to approach and then unleashed a powerful alchemist attack, disintegrating the creature's head. This daring maneuver, though painful, proved successful. He approached the smaller monster, a spider, which was visibly shaken but still alive. Grateful for his assistance, the spider offered to repay the debt. To Takumi's surprise, he suddenly acquired the tame ability. He successfully tamed the spider, naming it Maple, after the leaf-like pattern on its back. Maple, with its lost leg miraculously regrowing, became a loyal companion. They communicated telepathically, forming a strong bond. Together, they returned to the village, presenting the slain boar as a gift. The villagers were astonished to see the poisonous spider clinging to Takumi. He assured them that Maple was now his pet, a concept that intrigued the villagers. The village celebrated their victory, and Takumi, in turn, shared the spoils with Uncle Babon and his wife. They advised him to take his creations to the city to sell, as they would undoubtedly fetch a high price. Takumi had become an integral part of the village community. However, he knew that his journey was far from over. Observing Takumi's flourishing life, the goddess smiled. A friend of hers, intrigued by Takumi's remarkable progress and the numerous blessings bestowed upon him, inquired about Nalan's intentions. Nalan remained silent, concealing the true reason behind Takumi's arrival. She had sent him back in time, a year before the Empire's ill-fated summoning spell, granting him the opportunity to experience a longer and more fulfilling life than the summoned warriors.